this moment. The experience. That's what I want to talk to you about tonight. This weekend's Frozen Four is one of the premier championships you could ever play in. You are the fortunate ones to get to live the dream that so many of us never got a chance to. Win or lose, be grateful for the experience. Enjoy every breath. You will never do this again.
Nearly from the time Travis Roy was born in Augusta, Maine in 1975, he knew what he wanted to be.
My identity was as a hockey player. Just a really confident, proud, really excited for life hockey player.
He was happiest, I think, when Dad grabbed the whistle and the bag of pucks and off they'd go.
My dad was my best friend, my mentor, kind of my everything with hockey.
Travis's father, Lee, worked and coached at the local ice rink, where he taught his son the first law of the game. The most fundamental rule was what you expected if he ever fell down.
Yeah, you get up. You're not hurt. Get up. Game to be played, which were the words that he heard many times from me.
You might feel a little pain. You might be a little upset, but you're not hurt. Get up.
As Travis grew, so did his talent.
I was competitive. I was intense.
Travis Roy comes away with it.
There wasn't one thing that would make me stand out. In that I wasn't an incredible goal scorer. I wasn't an incredible playmaker. I wasn't an incredible skater. But I was really good at everything. There was only one question to answer. How good can I be? I had dreams of Division I college hockey.
Travis became a prep standout, and with multiple scholarship offers, he chose one of the powerhouse programs of the sport, Boston University.
When you play at BU, you've made it to the top of the ranks of the amateur hockey pyramid in this country. I mean, BU that's where the great players go.
They were the defending national champions the year that I came in.
I think he was real excited about playing on a team that was a brand name team. Big time college hockey in his eyes and in the eyes of most people around the country.
I realized how special his family was the day he moved into the dorm. They were all unpacking his stuff. They were all putting it in the drawers for him. They were taking his shoes out. Most hockey guys would have been maybe a little embarrassed about that.
It was exciting. We were proud, of course. We were, just bursting with pride and excited for him and potential opportunities.
In a program where few freshmen see the ice, Travis found out he was going to play the first game of the season. The night before, October 20th, 1995. When you put your head on the pillow that night, Trav, if I were to ask you, you're already shaking your head. Why?
Not many people get to go to bed putting their head on the pillow and feeling so good about how, the life that they created for themselves. They worked hard. It was just really fun being that Travis Roy.
The next night, October 20th, 1995, BU's season opener. In the second minute of the game, they scored.
My line was due up, and Coach Parker, he kind of felt the tap on the back of his shoulder and hopped over the boards.
To feel that tap on the shoulder. All his life he had waited for that.
Puck went in the offensive zone. Did everything that I was trained to do, just get in there as fast as I could.
But he was there to corral the rebound and put it in.
Saw it down in the dark hallway there next to the BU bench. And we have a BU player down in the corner. No, it's Travis Roy.
When I hit my head, I didn't think much. It wasn't until I tried to get up that something was significantly wrong.
I went up to him, and he was laying on the ice with his chin on the ice. And so in college, right, we're wearing masks. The mask was up, and his chin was literally on the ice, and he wasn't moving.
Didn't even really think about it. It wasn't until the whistle blew and he hadn't gotten up, and that, goes back to the number one rule in hockey. Hey, Trav, come on, there's a game to be played. Let's get up and let's get going.
Obviously, a lot of concern for Travis Roy, the 20-year-old freshman taking his very first shift.
My body just wasn't responding. I just couldn't move. I was frozen.
That's Mr. Roy right there, Travis's dad.
And I looked down and they had him on the backboard and his helmet was taped down. He said something and I knelt down. I said, "What's up?" He says, "I can't feel anything and my neck hurts." And then he said, "But Dad, I made it." And I knew exactly what he was saying.
It was my own way of saying, "This is over." It was the dream come true, and it was the nightmare had just begun.
Travis Roy had played 11 seconds before he hit the boards, shattering his 4th and 5th cervical vertebra. He was rushed to the hospital.
It was a while before the doctors were able to speak with us and sort of begin to give us a clue as to what we were dealing with.
They made it very clear at that time that the prognosis was he probably would, if he survived, he would be a quadriplegic for the rest of his life.
Do you remember the moment when you were told what the diagnosis meant?
No, I know nobody told me. They didn't need to. You don't need somebody to give you the diagnosis on paralysis. And I had no mobility below my shoulders. I had no sensation below my shoulders.
It might have been the 3rd or 4th night I went over to see him. And I'll never forget this. He said, "Hey, Coach, you do me a favor?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Will you scratch my nose?" My nose is itchy. And it just dawned on me, this kid is, what is going to happen? He can't even scratch his own nose.
For the next 6 months, Travis would go from a Boston hospital to a spinal rehabilitation center in Atlanta. He would only regain use of a small group of muscles in his right arm before returning home in April 1996.
That was rock bottom. I just looked at him. The tears started For me, it was ice. My fault, mine fault, right, right together. We had dual waterfalls.
You know, we had to undress him, we had to get him into bed, we had to get him out of the wheelchair. You're not used to doing that for a 20-year-old strapping, strong athlete.
What was your identity?
I didn't even know. You know, I didn't know who I was. I knew I wasn't a hockey player anymore. So I had to figure out, well, who was I going to become?
It's an emotional day at Boston University. Paralyzed BU hockey player Travis Roy went back to school after a long year of recovery from his accident.
A lot of emotions going through me. Scared, excited, happy, sad. It's a difficult time. I know this first month, possibly the 2 months, is going to be tough on me.
He didn't have a clear vision at all of what he would be able to do to earn himself a living.
Every aspect of my life was new. It felt like I knew who I was, but I just didn't know how to interact with the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite your attention to the press box side of Boston Arena. This is the first time we have retired a jersey number. It is appropriate that the jersey is Travis Roy's number 24. Travis has displayed all the attributes we look for in a Boston University hockey player. Perseverance, determination, and true grit. Travis has epitomized all the great qualities of those who have worn the Boston University hockey uniform over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we retire number 24.
Hockey was my first love. I miss hockey. I had no idea what was ahead of me or what I was going to do or who I was going to become.
Travis cannot do anything physically himself, and so everything is done by others.
A lot of times we go out to dinner, order a movie. But then it's time to take him home, and we go home, and I say goodbye. And I just feel, every single time I do it, I feel lousy when I walk away, and I just feel so sad.
In the last 20 years, there's been no change in my sensation, my mobility. I am physically the exact same person I've been.
In 11 seconds, Travis Roy's life changed forever.
A lot of concern for Travis Roy, the 20-year-old freshman taking his very first shift.
Unlike his injury, the next change for Travis wouldn't happen as suddenly.
It's a moment worth waiting for. Travis Matthew Roy.
But maybe it began May 21st, 2000.
You hung in there, man. You hung in there. Great.
Graduating from BU was one of the first times where I felt like I'd accomplished something since my injury. I feel like I mattered a little bit.
What do you think graduation meant to him?
I think it just marked a new milestone in his life that I proved I could do this. And I think he learned that the limitations were only what he put on himself.
I realized there was an opportunity. I wanted to provide other spinal cord injury survivors with some of the resources that people have provided me.
Congratulations.
Part of that was a little bit selfish in that I needed that hope.
Hope through helping others. In 1997, the Travis Roy Foundation was created. Its mission? To help others battling spinal cord injuries.
I realized that I had far more living left to be done than I ever thought possible as a quadriplegic.
We thought the foundation would last 5 or 6 years, 4 or 5 years.
All right, if I kind of keep this rolling on time, we're a little...
And now the foundation is bigger than we could have ever thought of. It's all consuming for Travis in so many ways.
It turns my stomach still today when somebody new has to go through this. So how often are you doing that?
For nearly 2 decades, the foundation has helped provide financial assistance to improve the quality of life for more than 1,000 people with spinal cord injuries.
I learned about Travis Roy's story not too long after my injury, actually.
Was football your sport, Jack?
Yeah, he's the guy that you hear about right away, and he's the guy that's going to help you out.
I've met the people, I've seen the response from thousands of people in audiences. He's touched so many people and meaningfully.
It's amazing what goes on in the hospital.
The foundation has also funded millions of dollars for research in the hope of ending paralysis.
And it means the world to me that you haven't given up. Because I haven't given up. I still have that hope.
Hope for Travis. And a face for a community.
Our hero, Travis Roy.
On November 21st, 2014, the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation presented Travis with the Spirit of Courage Award.
I want to thank my family and friends that have come here tonight. But more importantly, I want to thank them. I want to thank them for being there for the last 19 years. I may be the front man, but they've helped give me a life that is every bit worth living.
Ben, come join.
Thank you. My parents, they said, oh, in time you'll find some gifts in this. And I thought that was insane. I thought, come on. There's no gifts in paralysis, But that's one of them. To have a purpose.
That purpose, 20 years after Travis's injury, can now be found in the most unlikely of places.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather today, we pause to pay tribute to the remarkable courage and dedication of the local inspiration. In recognition of the 20th anniversary of his injury, Bruins President Cam Daly and General Manager Don Sweeney signed Travis to a one-day Bruins contract. Please welcome Travis Roy.
Hockey still floats through my mind every day. It just never goes away.
Sports fans and just rank and file citizens here, most people recognize the name of Travis Roy.
Will you grab that and hold it for me?
He's managed to build a life and be associated with positivity and inspiration after being dealt a terrible hand.
There you go.
The worst thing that ever happened to me as a coach at BU was the injury to Travis Roy. And the best thing that ever happened to me is the way the university and the Boston community and the hockey community across the nation treated Travis Roy after his injury. It was unbelievable.
Jack, how are you?
To meet you. My dad played.
He very easily could have curled up and went away and, you know, not been involved in anything, but he's figured out how to live his life fullest.
I have a purpose. I tell people I lived the first 20 years of my life with a passion. In the last 20 years, I've lived my life with purpose.
For Travis Roy, nowhere is that purpose more alive than here, deep in the woods of Essex, Vermont.
Now you go over this little one-lane bridge over this little stream, babbling brook, and down a dirt road, and walk around the corner of the house, and all of a sudden there it is. You know, it's just a magical place.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 14th annual Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament at Little Fenway, Little Wrigley, and Little Field of Dreams.
One weekend a year, 28 teams, 3 replica stadium fields, and one reason. The Foundation's biggest annual fundraiser.
Thank you so much. When I'm out at that wiffle ball tournament, it's a damn good time. I have so many friends. There's family at that tournament, you know, because they want to see me walk. They want to see other people with paralysis walk. They want to see paralysis come to an end too.
What's going on, Will? How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'll talk to you after.
There you go. Everybody's here, isn't it?
I think it actually embodies Travis